So Bernie, how did you find God down a microscope?
Well, Donna, let me take you back to when I was studying at college. I did my pharmacy degree, and at that stage of my scientific sort of education, I was coming from a point of view. I felt that really we evolved from things. We really didn't sort of. We were progressing from chimpanzees into humans. I was quite a sort of keen scientist to prove that this was right. And then I thought, right, I'm going to do a PhD. So I continued my studies to do a PhD in genetics and microbiology. Now, the first thing I had to do, they sat you down and you had to go back to basics. You had to learn about, the cell itself and how that was made. Mm-hmm. So one of the first things I had to do was to sit down and look at the structure of DNA in the cell. So there I was in the labs looking down, cells upon cells upon cells, papers upon papers upon papers of literature, Watson and Crick, the guys who actually obviously found the DNA helix. I had to actually sort of read through all this stuff and understand what was going on. Now, drilling down, basically down, I'll keep it simple, but taking you down to, you're made up of many cells, okay? Yep. In every one of your cells, there's a tiny little black blob, if you like, called the nucleus. That's where your DNA is kept. And in that DNA is basically the code that says you are who you are. Your height, your eyes, your ears, your nose, all that kind of stuff. Let me explain the basic building blocks that we're made of, Donna, if that helps with these Lego bricks. This is a DNA strand, and we're actually made up of just 4 different building blocks, if you like, the bits in the middle, the red and the blue, the green and the yellow. And that forms our genetic code. And it's really important the way it goes together. It can't just go like this or like this. It has to match like that. It's so precise and so specific. It's amazing. And mathematically, the combinations of all these different things is phenomenal.
The combination of 4
different building blocks in the middle make up who you are and who I am, and in the order that they're put together. And statistically, mathematically, however you look at it, the combinations are just amazingly high number. I couldn't even quote the numbers of combinations that you need to put together to make a human being. It's so simple, yet it's so complex, but so unique. This DNA coding, it's not just, say, for your eye colour, it's not for just your hair, it's not just the fact we've all got 2 ears and a nose and a mouth and 2 eyes. That's the blueprint, but it's deeper than that. There's stuff that scientists can't actually map or work out. Is why you feel the way you feel about things, the passion that the desire you have for things, the things that I have passions about. They're there from the beginning. As you know, with being mums, and you see your child there, there's a nature there. There's something about them that has this sort of character.
So our DNA coding is deeper than our physiology.
Absolutely.
It's our being, our emotion, something that scientists can't map yet.
We can't map it. If God wanted to make human beings, well, he could make a whole load of clones. I remember the boys watch Star Wars, and you see the bounty hunter's got this like massive army of people that all look the same as him. He is just cloned. But no, I don't think even in an identical twin, they're absolutely identical. There's a different character there. One might have a favourite colour blue, the other might have a favourite colour of red. So all this stuff started to come clearer and clearer to me. I actually understood less and less and less, and accepted that far more. We are so uniquely made in God's image. Each one of us, he has a purpose for us. And that's the thing that we really just have to, not to worry about, but we just have to ask him to help us discover about ourselves.